Neil, big win today against a promotion rival. What's your reaction to the result?
Fantastic results. I knew, I've said it all week, haven't I? I knew it was going to be tight. Tight game. They're a very good side, some very good players, and obviously a very good manager, and been doing really well. We knew today was a really important game. We've got 8 games left, or we had 8 games left. We knew it was a massive 8 fixtures that we had to play. You've got to make your home games count. You've got a lot of away games in that spell, but I thought, you know, in terms of the game, wasn't a great spectacle. You could see the nerves out there. I thought we should have had a blatant penalty in the game, but you know, a bit of quality. If you can stay in games, as I just say to the lads, which we didn't do against Mark and we didn't do against Radcliffe. If you stay in games, we've got good players, and chances will come. And if we can take them chances, then you know you've got opportunities to win football matches.
And you obviously haven't played the league game in 2 weeks since Macclesfield, and they're a big physical side. You must have been happy how your team dealt with that physicality throughout the game.
Yeah, we knew what was coming. You know, with Guiseley, they're quite similar, I think, in many ways to ourselves. Tried to pick it, you know, back four of big strong lads. You know, obviously Scotty's a centre back playing right back for us, and Doyley and Josh, and then Freddie can, you know, he's a big lad himself. So you know, overall, really happy with the performance. You know, made up the way we dug in. As you say, you know, it was a physical battle, lots of second balls and balls in the box and balls on top of you. Goalkeeper thought done really well. Bobby, since he's been here, I think that was his best performance overall. And I thought what was really impressive about us, which shows our maturity a little bit, and I just said to the lads that the way we managed the game once we went 1-0 up, you know, we put into good areas, we kept the ball. But yeah, you know, these games are going to be tight now till the end of the season. Whoever's playing whoever, you know, you look at the results today, 1-0s, 1-0s, you know, from the playoff contenders, so you know it's going to be tight. But you've got to stay in the game and hope you get that little bit of quality. And
obviously the reverse fixture gave Johnson Scott a hat-trick, and
yeah,
he kept him really quiet today, and clean sheet and everything. You must be delighted that Bobby didn't really have a proper save to make throughout.
Yeah, I think I had one save in the second half, I think, which we caused ourselves, playing the ball into midfield when it wasn't on. Yeah, we limited them to very little. You know, we've worked hard in the week. We've worked hard since we didn't, as you say, we didn't have a game last week. It was one of our poorest performances. You know, let's not take any credits away from Johnson for them. He was excellent at their place, but we give him lots of room to run into. And if you do that, he's going to, you know, kill you down the sides. If you know, they've looked at us today, I think, and seen the last game and thought we'd go with the 2 quickies and 2 hard workers down the sides of us. But to be fair to our back four, 2 centre halves and 2 full backs have dealt with it, you know, really well.
And just lastly, Bobby Grant's making a bit of a habit of scoring from about 35 yards out. Well, some goal, isn't it?
I've said it's because it saves him running. That was an unbelievable goal. I think obviously the finish is great, but I'd have to watch it back, and I'm sure everyone else will watch it back. It's the way he takes it in one and turns, and he hasn't just seen that. He's obviously noticed throughout the game. You'd have to ask him. Noticed throughout the game that the keeper's a little bit off his line, but to execute that, and it was a bit of a swirling wind out there as well, because I wasn't sure which way it was blowing. It's a great finish, and that's what I say. You know, we've got those bits of quality in the team. Will that be Bobby? Will that be Finn, Sol, Owen Windsor? You know, but we've got to stay in games, and today we've stayed in the game. And as you say, you know, we didn't do that in Mac. We were 2-0 down before we knew, and Radcliffe we were 3-1 down before we knew. So, you know, if we stay in games, we've got that little bit of quality. But today, great game. Remind me a little bit of the workshop game. Obviously, wasn't as late on in the game, but in terms of performance and the type of game it was full throttle. 2 teams, nowhere at stake, both going for it. Some decisions going both ways that probably shouldn't, but overall, yeah, we've come out with the victors and we're at home. So 3 more points and onto the next one.
Cheers, man.